Hey guys, Meteorologist Brandon Arnold here. It is just before 7 o'clock on our Wednesday evening, and if you missed our early newscast, you may not have heard, but we have a major storm system rolling in overnight tonight and throughout the day on Thursday. So here's a video update as to what we're going to be seeing over the next 24 hours. First, the big picture. The Weather Service out of Chicago referring to this as a powerhouse storm. And as you can see, there is a lot to talk about for the day on Thursday. The threat of severe weather off to our south. You can also see flood watches going from northeast Missouri through Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, even up into New York State. And just north of us, we have a lot of winter weather, blizzard warnings for portions of Iowa and Minnesota. Pretty much the entire state of Wisconsin under either a winter storm warning or a winter weather advisory. And you can kind of see we're stuck right in the middle there. So I guess the good news, if you want to think of it this way, we're going to see a little bit of everything, but we are not going to see the worst of any one thing. Wanted to break this down, kind of put this in timeline form for you to kind of give you an idea of what we're going to be dealing with. After midnight tonight, that's when we start to see the chance of a wintry mix that will be primarily snow with some sleet and even freezing rain mixing in there. Don't be surprised either if you even hear a few rumbles of thunder, just to kind of give you an idea of how much energy this next system has. Right now, we'll say moderate risk for midnight because it looks like this won't roll in until maybe 2, 3 a.m. at the earliest. But for the morning commute tomorrow, we are under a high weather risk because it looks like roads potentially could be icy there. And it's right in that sort of transition phase as we head late morning into the afternoon where you see rain, thunderstorms, fog, all possible there. And then as we head into our Thursday evening, we are back into the high weather risk as that rain will gradually switch back to snow, but winds really pick up steam. In fact, we are going to be talking wind gusts tomorrow night upwards of 50 miles an hour. So that obviously a big concern there. I kind of mentioned we're in the middle of everything, but as you take a look, we do have a few watches and advisories in effect for Thursday. All of southern Wisconsin under a winter weather advisory through Thursday morning, as it looks like you're going to be seeing just a little bit more of that wintry weather. And then off to our south, where we're expecting a lot more rain, a flood watch in effect for all of Whiteside, Lee, and DeKalb counties. Now, especially early on, temperature is going to play a big part in the forecast. As of 6:50, you can see right now we are just at or below that freezing mark in many spots, and we are expected to dip into the upper 20s later this evening before we eventually start to warm up closer to that freezing mark by morning. So as you take a look at this system developing, all rain right now into portions of Missouri, even southern Iowa, but by the time it gets here, we are going to be talking that wintry mix. As I mentioned, after midnight, models here showing right around 3 a.m., you're starting to notice those pinks and blues illustrating that snow, sleet, and freezing rain. As this continues into the morning, that will see that transition over to rain. And then it looks like we might even get a complete break in the action late morning. But that rain is back by the afternoon. Take a look at how close the models have this freezing line to the state line. In fact, it actually has western portions of the state line still getting a little bit of a wintry mix there. But I think everybody gets warm enough tomorrow afternoon to where we see that portion of all rain, even a few thunderstorms, some dense fog developing with all that moisture in place. And then as we head into Thursday evening, probably around 5, 6 o'clock, at the earliest, we start to see that transition back to snow. And as you can see, all snow here, 10 o'clock Thursday night. That would be really problematic with those very strong winds. And it looks like we could experience some whiteout conditions Thursday night on the back end of this system. So now that we've kind of timed everything out, let's tell you how much of everything we're expecting. Take a look at our Futurecast ice model. If we do get any accumulating ice, that's probably going to be limited mostly to southern Wisconsin there. Obviously, that would make for a very rough start to the morning and that commute, so just be aware of that. In terms of the snow, we could be talking maybe 1 to 2 inches, especially northwest of Rockford, heading through tomorrow morning. Then that rain will move in, and then on the transition back to snow Thursday night, maybe another 1 to 2 inches there. So not necessarily any major snow totals, but enough to cause some problems out there. And then I think the biggest concern, especially for our southern counties, is going to be the flooding. As you can see, models putting a good ½ an inch, even close to an inch in some portions along I-88. So it looks like flooding, the number one concern, and then those very strong winds Thursday night, the number two concern, with obviously a messy start to the morning commute up there as well. So let's kind of put all this back into a nice little package for you here. Put a little bow on top. Rain, snow, and ice mix possible after midnight. Could even hear a few rumbles of thunder. Like I said, we do eventually warm up close to freezing by morning, and then once we get above freezing, somewhere mid-morning, we'll see that transition to rain, thunderstorms, fog developing later in the day as well. And then as we get on the back end of this, winds really going to pick up. Looks like wind gusts during the afternoon close to 20 miles an hour, but wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour possible Thursday night and heading into the overnight and Friday morning. Take a look at the rest of your 7-day. Fortunately, we do start to quiet things down. Still a little windy / breezy heading into the start of our weekend, but that's really about it. And then you notice temperatures taking a tumble there as well. We're only going to be talking lows in the single digits and highs into the upper teens by the beginning of next week. So that is the latest update on this system. Obviously, we will have another update coming up tonight at 9, Eyewitness News on Fox 39, and then at 10, Eyewitness News on WTVO Channel 17. We'll obviously keep you updated here on the blog and on mystateline.com. So just be safe out there and stay tuned.